Just because you're rich and famous, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, right? We're all supposed to play by the same rules. It's frustrating to know that there are actually people who think they're above it all and are entitled to special treatment. Here are 5 cases when rich people think they can't be arrested. Number 5. Former UFC champion Conor McGregor arrested. McGregor, known for his ring bravado, faces backlash after smashing a tourist phone in Miami. Amid Miami's vibrant nightlife, tourist Ahmed Abdrazak spots McGregor and attempts to snap a photo. McGregor's reaction is swift. He smacks the phone from Abdrazak's hand and stomps on it. He picks up the damaged $1,000 device and walks away, leaving Abdrazak shocked and phoneless. Unluckily for McGregor, it's all caught on camera, sealing his fate. Detectives track him down to his Miami Beach Airbnb, a temporary home that suddenly becomes the backdrop for his arrest.
There was a little incident that happened last night with Conor, so we need him to come out. I know he's inside. Do you mind opening the gate?
As tension mounts outside Conor McGregor's location, a critical moment unfolds when his assistant steps out the door, bridging the gap between the UFC star and law enforcement.
How's it going, man? Hey, I'm Sergeant Lozano,
okay?
the supervisor of the squad. Can I talk to you over here?
Yeah.
Or whatever you want.
Yeah, come on.
All right, so that was an incident.
The officers waste no time in making their intentions clear.
Yes, sir.
So we need to take him with us to the police station.
For him throwing the phone out, is it?
You guys know what it's about.
What's the charge?
The reason behind this significant request quickly comes to light. McGregor is being charged with strong-armed robbery.
Accusation.
Looking at a strong-arm robbery.
An armed robbery?
Strong arm.
What does that mean, sorry, sir?
Or he took property from somebody.
The representative, now fully aware of the stakes, seeks a brief respite. He asks for 5 minutes, a short span to relay the situation to McGregor and prepare him for what's to come.
Can you give me 5 minutes to discuss it with him?
Yeah.
Is that right, gents?
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll be completely cooperative.
Yeah.
That's no problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Is that okay?
We're trying to do this without any drama.
The officers, understanding the urgency of the situation, emphasize the need for speed and cooperation.
What we'd like to do is do it quick, get him in the car. At the station, you guys will be able to bond him out before, quick.
How long would he be in Metro? Do you know roughly?
So quick.
The officers are candid about the timeline, assuring that the entire process from arrest to potential release won't exceed an hour, provided there's full cooperation.
I'm sure once he gets in,
Yes,
the process at the station is going to be no less than 1 hour.
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Could I go along with him? Is that possible?
It's a race against time, not only against the legal proceedings, but also against the impending arrival of the media, which could further complicate matters.
So, obviously the sooner the better because the media is probably going to start coming out and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, no problem at all.
As the minutes drag on, the officers outside McGregor's place start getting restless.
Let's go.
That was a fast minute.
You're giving him more than ample time.
Yeah. When that guy came out to the garage, but
They march up to the front door. They're knocked firm and expectant, but there's no answer. The assistant reappears, breaking the silence. He lets on that they're in talks with their legal team, trying to untangle this mess.
We just need our lawyers and stuff.
Okay.
Give us 5 minutes. But he is going to cooperate.
no, I get it. I just don't want to be out here waiting forever.
Yeah.
These cops know the drill. They suggest continuing the chat at the station, but the assistant quickly shuts that down.
We can also do that at the station. We can work with you guys.
Well, anytime we discuss it with him.
Okay.
So they're getting over.
Okay.
But no, we're not trying to.
I got it.
But time's ticking, and the officers know the media is listening.
But the longer it drags out, guys start hearing on the radio, it is.
And they want to be a part of it.
We want to be a part of it, or maybe we don't want the media to get a hold of it because they listen to the
They listen,
frequencies.
yeah, we'll say I pay attention.
They stress to the assistant the importance of wrapping this up as soon as possible. Finally, after 2 hours of waiting, Conor McGregor steps out.
Very helpful today, sir.
He doesn't have anything on him, right?
No,
Jewelry and
As McGregor is led away, his crew talks briefly with the cops, saying they'll tag along to the station.
You guys gonna follow the CGK?
Yes, sir, if you don't mind.
yeah, follow him. Yeah.
Yes, That's it.
So the
He
attorney
might-
apparently is at the station already.
I know,
He
but I've
knows,
I've
he knows
told him.
already that we're going over.
The charges are severe: felony strong-armed robbery and misdemeanor criminal mischief. It's a scenario that seems almost surreal, a reminder that the law spares no one, not even those accustomed to living life in the fast lane. Number 4. Anchorman actor David Koechner gets arrested for DUI. On a regular evening, an incident unfolds that serves as a reminder. No one is exempt from the law, not even the affluent or celebrated. This becomes evident when a well-known actor encounters a situation many might assume his status could shield him from: the DUI arrest. The actor's driving raised eyebrows, with reports of erratic lane changes suggesting trouble ahead. As the scene unfolds, an officer notices a red flag, the unmistakable smell of alcohol emanating from the vehicle, accompanied by the driver's glassy eyes.
What you got?
19.
Okay.
Alcohol. Just alcohol.
Gotcha.
Glossy eyes. I can smell that car when I walked up to the car.
Where's he from?
The deputy then sheds light on his conversation with the actor.
What's he doing right here?
He said he's going to Comic-Con in West Virginia.
That's a drive.
Yeah. He's
Might take a couple hours.
yeah.
Detailing further lane violations observed.
I got a couple lane violations on him. He actually rolled up on me pretty quick, got behind me, got back over. I guess he realized I was a deputy. He slowed down a little bit. I waited for him.
The officer approaches the car, introduces himself, and the interaction between law enforcement and driver begins.
Hey, Trooper Beam, State Highway Patrol. So it's my understanding you're going to West Virginia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, gotcha. Where are you coming from tonight?
The dialogue between the actor and the officer is straightforward, focusing on the events leading up to this moment.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati? Okay. What part of Cincinnati?
What? The airport.
What's your last name?
The officer's questions are simple, aiming to piece together the situation.
Doing like your tour right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you drive out here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Well,
deal.
I'm from Cincinnati.
You drove here from Cincinnati, but
While the actor responds, possibly viewing this as a minor hiccup in his evening.
Yes, sir.
you're doing your tour right now?
Yes.
When do you do your tour for Huntington? Not tonight, I'm sure. It's too early in the morning.
When questioned about his alcohol consumption, this is the actor's response.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
One.
One beer or one shot of liquor or what?
No. One beer.
One beer? Okay. I'm just going to ask you to step out and run you through a couple things to make sure you're safe.
The situation escalates as the officer, undeterred by the actor's fame, conducts field sobriety tests.
All right, Mr. Koechner, you can come right over here for me. Do you wear contacts or glasses or anything?
I don't.
Okay. Would you consider yourself in overall good health?
These tests are standard practice to assess impairment and are now the platform where a different performance unfolds.
Follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and eyes only. Okay. I don't want you to move your head or anything. It'll be the tip of the pen right there.
Standing beside the road, the actor undergoes a series of tests designed to evaluate his ability to safely operate a vehicle.
So what I'll ask you to do is imagine a straight line going from you to my front license plate. Are you able to imagine that line?
Yes, sir.
All right, what I'll ask you to do is take your left foot and put it on that line you're imagining for me. Then take your right foot.
Each movement is scrutinized, not for entertainment, but for safety.
Don't move till I've told you to. Do you understand? What I'm going to ask you to do, sir, is take a series of 9 heel-to-toe steps along that line you're imagining. Turn yourself around, take another 9 back. You understand?
The walk and turn test, which involves walking in a straight line, becomes a challenge.
Starting position for me. Right foot in front of left, touching heel to toe. Hands down to your side. Okay. That's all right. You can go ahead and get back in that starting position. So
This simple task, under the scrutiny of law enforcement, turns into a pivotal moment, reflecting the seriousness of the situation.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
turn yourself around like I showed you and do the other 9 back.
Next up is the one-leg stand test.
Foot of your choice. Hold it approximately 6 inches above the ground. Parallel with the ground. Both legs nice and straight. No bend in your knee. Keep your hands down your side and count in a series of 1000s like so.
Requiring balance and focus. Qualities that might seem easy to showcase on screen, but become surprisingly difficult in the present situation.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
You okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't know what you think it was funny.
Well, no.
You're fine. I was just curious. You started laughing, so that's okay.
While the task itself is normally simple, for our tipsy actor, Its execution becomes a major challenge given the circumstances.
7, 8, 9. You can keep pick it up, resume where you left off. Yes, sir.
As the tests conclude, the outcome becomes clear.
All right, sir, you can go ahead and stop. The last thing I'll ask you to do is just walk to the front of my car for me.
The officer decides to arrest the actor for impaired driving.
Just keep facing my car. Did you put your hands behind your back?
141 on Hacklock Henry, Zebra Henry, 8678.
You're under arrest for ODI.
A moment marked by the sobering reality of handcuffs.
Impaired. Do you have a watch or anything you'd like me to take off of you before I handcuff you, sir? No. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to handcuff you and Mirandize you. Advise you of your rights.
He gets right to it and asks the driver if he's ever been pulled over for a DUI before. Soon after, the officer begins to read him his Miranda rights. It's a step that happens often in these situations, making it clear what the driver's rights are at this point.
The right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you're unable to pay a lawyer, one will...
This arrest, recorded and straightforward, underscores a critical message. The law is impartial, applying to everyone equally, regardless of their status or wealth. Well, David found out the hard way that being an actor doesn't mean he's immune to getting arrested. But hey, we've got to respect him for not playing the celebrity card during the whole ordeal. No resisting or acting entitled from him. Let's just hope he gets the support he needs. Number 3. NFL player fails to dodge arrest, gets his Lamborghini towed. An NFL player, Christopher, finds himself in a sticky situation. It's a bright day, and as the officer approaches the vehicle, the dark tint of the windows is the first red flag.
How you doing? Brother, I can't see anything in this car. That's why I pulled you over. You have the registration to the car? I can't even determine what state it is either.
Christopher, behind the wheel of a luxury car, tries to navigate the situation with explanations about the car's registration being from Georgia.
It's Georgia? That's what it is. Who's Rashawn? Who's Rashawn?
Despite the temporary tag indicating North Carolina.
Did you purchase it here or you purchased it in Georgia?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
The confusion doesn't end there, as the officer stumbles upon a name discrepancy, leading to more questions about the vehicle's ownership history.
Is this a rental? No? I'm sorry? It's yours? But your name is Christopher. So who's Rashawn? What's that? Who owned it?
As the officer digs deeper, the temporary tag status comes into question, with hints that it might be expired.
Temporary tag. Oh, North Carolina Motors, void of the verdict.
The officers confirm this suspicion upon looking upon his information.
It's expired? When?
As the officer's suspicions grow, he decides to take a closer look at the vehicle, digging deeper into the routine stop.
Hey, just step out real quick. We're gonna do a narcotic search because I smell weed in the car.
It's becoming apparent that this isn't your average traffic check, especially when the scent of illegal substances raises red flags.
And you have a firearm right here?
But the plot thickens even more when the officer uncovers a firearm stashed away in the car.
And you have a firearm right here?
Suddenly, the situation takes a serious turn as the presence of a weapon escalates things, especially when it dawns on everyone that Christopher might not have the proper permit for concealed carry.
Come over here. You have a concealed weapon or no?
With the discovery of the firearm, coupled with the registration issues, it's a no-brainer. Christopher's headed for an arrest. The officers, showing concern for her well-being, politely request the lady in the passenger seat to step out of the vehicle, ensuring her comfort and safety as they continue their investigation.
Step out. You can step out. Just sit down, right? Okay. Yeah, I have nothing against you.
Then, As they meticulously comb through Christopher's car, one of the officers stumbles upon a bottle of liquor, throwing another unexpected curveball into the mix. The situation escalates further when Christopher's mother arrives, visibly upset and questioning the officer's actions.
Being arrested. Come over here. Christopher. Okay, relax. Let me explain to you. You're his mother?
I'm his mother.
Despite the heightened emotions, the officer maintains professionalism, explaining why they pulled Christopher over.
Christopher Gonzalez as well, okay? One, I pulled him over for tinted windows. As you can tell, it's very dark, okay? And the tag doesn't even show.
And he's a celebrity. They're allowed to do that.
Detailing the reasons behind the car search.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Okay,
You're
but let me
searching his
continue.
car without even knowing who
Can I
he is.
explain? Can I continue speaking, ma'am? First of all, I smell narcotics in the vehicle, okay?
Who doesn't?
What do you mean?
And emphasizing the seriousness of discovering the unregistered firearm.
Vehicle, and then in plain view, I saw a weapon. Okay, he has a firearm.
Because he's a celebrity.
I don't know that.
How do you see that in plain view?
I saw as soon as I opened the door, it was in plain view and armed.
The mother expresses her disappointment upon learning that the officer conducted the search without her son's consent.
Do a narcotic search when I told him to step out of the vehicle.
Did he give you permission to search his car?
I don't need a permission. I have a narcotic search.
That's crazy. Just call the lawyer right now.
Christopher's mom quickly gets in touch with the car's previous owner, setting up an important chat between him and the cops. This talk creates a fresh opportunity to clear up the confusing registration situation with the vehicle.
Good morning. I really know it's still morning. How you doing? Good. So we have a gentleman stopped here.
Despite their best efforts to nail down the car's registration status, with calls made to check its legality across multiple states,
what is the issue with the actual registration? Because in every state we've checked it every which way and there's no registration on file for it. So
the answers they're getting just aren't cutting it.
the way that we check it, we can't find it registered in any state, and we've checked every state possible. There was a registration from Georgia giving it to us, so we checked Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina?
This lack of clarity is only making things messier.
About any type of registration issues that I have to speak with my title department on that, and they don't work on the weekends.
Putting the officer in a tough spot as he weighs the options of what to do with a vehicle that might not be properly registered.
Understand that like the gentleman is in a traffic stop right now. We can't release the vehicle. We're going to have to impound the car. We're going to have to go through all that, and it's the same way she told me you might not work.
The previous owner is talking to the cops to figure out what they need to link Christopher to the car.
Yeah, I mean, what type of information do you need to be able to release them?
I need paperwork on the vehicle. I need some sort of paperwork with this gentleman's name on it for him to release it.
He's going over everything with the police, making sure to get all the info they can, but he's still coming up short on solid answers.
What do you need? Like a buyer's order, or?
Well, the actual paper for the registration.
She's scanning it, uploading you said the title and the purchase order?
The cop lays out the firearm violation to the star's mom.
He's going to take the ride for weapon violation for not having concealed weapon license. Okay, it was an arm's reach and loaded weapon. Okay, and it was not in a holster. Okay.
Making it clear that carrying a loaded firearm without a permit is a major offense.
He's going to be booked at TGK, and then that'll be all, okay?
And there's no warning on that?
No, it's a felony.
The mom tries to stick up for her son, but the cop remains skeptical.
Can't be walking around with a firearm with no concealed weapon license.
He applied for it during COVID.
Okay, I understand that. Well, COVID was 2 years ago, ma'am.
I know, but we moved, we were up.
The officer delivers the tough news to Christopher's mom that due to the registration hiccup, they're going to have to tow the car.
What's going to happen is the vehicle's going to get towed because it's not registered to anybody's name here.
Are you serious?
I have to. It's a liability on me if I release a car that's not even registered to anybody.
You can't give his permission to?
It's a real bummer of a situation, but rules are rules. Then, as a courtesy, they give her the option to leave if she wants. But they also outline what comes next.
This time, you guys are free to go at this time on my traffic stop. And then I'm going to do the paperwork so the process could go smoother and quicker for you guys so you could bond them out. Okay?
As a kind gesture, they offer to collect any other keys Christopher might have, making sure he's squared away before they haul the car off.
If you want, you can collect the other keys. He has like a Porsche, a whole bunch of, he has like 5 different key fobs.
As the luxury car is prepared to be towed, the reality of the situation sets in.
These that you have additionally to your keychain, that's, I'm gonna give it to your mom, all right? Here's that. There's the fob, I guess, to a garage. And then this as well.
In a bid to resolve the situation, Christopher's mother collects his personal belongings, a mix of luxury items and everyday essentials that paint a picture of his lifestyle. The keys to other high-end vehicles, the jewelry.
Oh, the jewelry? Yeah. You have jewelry on your neck?
Take that.
Chris,
and personal items are handed over.
do you want them to get your wallet and your phone? Here's the Dodge SRT. I think that's for that. Where's the phone?
The officer, focused on completing the necessary paperwork, emphasizes the need for clarity and cooperation.
Here to go, because I don't want to get any distraction, because the paperwork is a lot.
This is our distraction right now.
I understand, ma'am. But you already know where he's going to be located and where he's going to be booked.
So you don't even need to see what she's emailing.
Things get tense when the officer mentions he won't need to see the files supporting the car's documents, which really sets the mom off.
Just talking to somebody cleared up your suspicion.
What do you mean?
You said you were suspicion of a stolen vehicle.
No, I didn't say that. I never said that.
Yes, you guys did.
No, I didn't. I said the vehicle.
As things start to calm down, the officer lets Christopher's family and friends know they can head out, showing he's shifting gears to deal with the paperwork.
Here, you guys, cooperation.
All right.
All right.
Hello.
You guys are free to go.
I'm gonna stand by until we
leave. I'm gonna start doing the paperwork. It's a lot.
Christopher's mom then speaks up, reminding everyone about the jewelry he had on.
I'll help you out, brother. Just this?
The officer steps in to make sure Christopher, who's been taken out of the car, can safely hand over his jewelry to his mom. It's a personal moment, with his mom carefully taking off his jewelry, showing how she's looking out for him during this tough time.
You got it?
And there's a ring, Mom says.
A ring?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we can grab it.
Do a check first, Mom. You can take that out first.
In the end, despite Christopher's elevated status, wealth, connections, and his mother's staunch protectiveness, they all fail to shield him from the inevitable, getting arrested. Number 2. Lovin' hip-hop star lashes out at officers during arrest. In a world where fame and fortune often seem to grant immunity, reality hits hard when the law steps in, proving that no one is above it. The situation began to unravel when Jocelyn Hernandez found herself embroiled in a brawl with another reality star known as Big Lex. The altercation wasn't just a private dispute, but occurred in a public venue, where both were among the attendees of a high-profile fight between Floyd Mayweather and John Gotti III.
Like it was just part of the show, and then some other people that weren't involved got involved in the teams. That's crazy, man. I'll call you back. My phone keeps dying.
The trouble starts with an accident. Someone's girl gets hit unintentionally, sparking a chain of events that quickly escalates.
And then, someone's girl got hit by accident, then someone got hit by accident. That's when everybody just started getting involved, This is crazy, man.
This isn't the kind of drama scripted for television. It's real life, where actions have immediate and tangible consequences.
I can't believe they didn't tell you. She don't my wife.
Ma'am, please.
She don't gotta own the building. She don't gotta own the building. It's respect. It's respect.
Suddenly, everyone present is pulled into the fray, witnessing how quickly a situation can spiral out of control.
Respect. You don't bring somebody that don't rock with the main act. You don't bring somebody here that rock with the main act. You don't do that.
Hernandez finds herself right in the middle of it all, her cool completely gone.
Please. Get him out of here. Get that mother out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Camera, man.
Get him out of here. Get that out of here. Relax.
She's going off, shouting at the top of her lungs and demanding that someone be taken away from the scene, her voice dripping with anger and frustration.
Get him out of here right now.
He's on the way.
Get him out of here right now.
He's going home.
Oh, it's going to be a Royal Rumble. Come on, man. Get him out of here. It's going to be a Royal.
And as things heat up even more, a police officer steps in, trying to inject some calm into the chaos.
You're on the good side.
Royal Rumble. You look at that.
Hey, you're on the good side.
Looking at motherfucker.
No, you don't want any trouble.
But Hernandez is too wound up to hear reason. She's all worked up, and her boyfriend is right there by her side, just as furious as she is. The two of them locked in a united front of fury. It's like a powder keg ready to blow, and nobody's backing down. The tension ramps up when the officer, in an attempt to prevent the altercation from becoming a full-blown confrontation, gently pushes Hernandez back.
Hey, you don't do that. Don't you touch me. I don't care. Listen, white man. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me, white man. Listen. No.
This move, however, only serves to inflame the situation further. Her boyfriend quickly steps in, placing himself between her and the officer, trying to diffuse the tension. Despite her boyfriend's desperate pleas for peace, Hernandez can't be calmed. The confrontation takes a physical turn as Hernandez starts to lash out at the officers, her actions becoming more aggressive. After the intense confrontation, Jocelyn Hernandez finds herself handcuffed and being led away by the police.
Come on, let's go. We're gonna ride forward now. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Even in this restrained state, she doesn't hold back, continuing to throw insults and threats at the officers as they escort her out. The situation escalates further when one of the officers tries to control her by touching her arm.
You let all these old crackers, they enslave your mother. They enslave your mother, they don't you.
This contact seems to ignite even more fury in Hernandez, causing her to become so agitated that she refuses to walk. The officers are left with no choice but to carry her to ensure she leaves the premises. Throughout this ordeal, Hernandez remains combative, relentlessly screaming at the officers.
Stop kicking. Let go.
Look at me. Look at me.
I gave you the chance. So let's walk.
No.
Hey, let's go. That's it. Done.
Finally, after what seems like an endless struggle, Hernandez is placed in the back of the patrol car. This moment marks the end of the physical altercation, but the legal ramifications are just beginning. The officers can be heard discussing the charges against Hernandez.
Valio. Hey, oh hell yeah. Multiple times.
Another perspective of the event is captured from a different officer's body cam, providing an additional viewpoint of Hernandez being led to the patrol car. Hernandez started off as a victim in the brawl, but her actions took a sharp turn. Her resistance led to her arrest, with charges including battery, trespassing, and resisting an officer with violence. Number 1. Famous singer refuses to give his information during traffic stop. In the streets of Verdigris, a traffic stop unfolds. The person behind the wheel is Zach Bryan, a name that resonates with fame in the music world. Officer Cameron of Verdigris Police clocks Bryan speeding at 68 in a 50 zone.
Hello. Hello. How you doing? Hey, Officer Cameron, Verdigris Police. Got you going 68 and a 50. Okay. You have your license and insurance?
Sounds good, yeah.
The dialogue shifts gears when the topic of Bryan's address arises.
Your current address.
I'm not really comfortable sharing that.
You have to.
Okay.
Bryan seems hesitant to dish out the details, but the officer's persistence leaves him with little room to maneuver.
Okay, so either you can give me the information that I need for my ticket I'm going to give you, or you could go to jail. So which one would you like to do?
With each passing moment, the officer's patience wears thin as Bryan dances around giving a clear response.
Yeah, it's called obstruction.
Okay, I'm going to call my lawyer real fast and see if I have to.
Okay. Open up your door.
The law is clear, and compliance isn't optional. Then, out of the blue, Bryan says he's clueless about his address because he just moved.
Put your coffee cup inside your truck. Go ahead and go back to the front of my car.
1 second.
Go back to the front of my car.
The tension amps up as Brian keeps sidestepping the officer's questions and flat out refusing to cooperate, cranking up the pressure.
Okay.
Are you really arresting me?
Put your hands behind your back.
Are you really arresting me right now? No, are you really arresting me?
Put your...
Left with no other recourse, the officer decides it's time to detain Brian, throwing him off guard with the sudden turn of events.
If you fight, you're going to go to jail.
This is crazy.
What's crazy is you're not giving me the information that I need.
Let's do this.
In a last-ditch effort to ease the tension, the officer gives it one more shot to get the info out of Brian.
Here and go all this back and forth stuff. Are you going to give me the information I need?
I don't know the address, sir.
Okay. So why didn't you just say that?
But Brian's reluctance runs deep, fueled by his concerns about privacy. Being a big-name musician, he's understandably hesitant to dish out his address to the officer.
It's any of your business where I live. I'm a famous musician. I don't want people to know where I live.
Okay, sir. Listen, I'm only using this information for a ticket that I was getting ready.
In a bold move, Brian declares he'd prefer a jail stint over divulging his personal info to the cop.
Take me to jail. I'm not doing this.
Central, I got one detained. Okay, so you want to go to jail for...
I don't want to go to jail, sir. This is just insane.
I pulled you over for...
Doubling down on his stance, he emphasizes his celebrity status as the reason for his tight lips.
It's great. I didn't want to share with you where I lived because I'm famous and I don't want people fucking sneaking onto my property.
Why would I... You can give me the address to whatever you want, man.
As tensions reach their climax, Brian perhaps recognizes the futility of his resistance and ultimately relents, finally coughing up an address.
Then 8th Street on my address.
Okay, that's all I was asking you. I asked if it was your current address and you said no.
All right, sounds good.
As things heat up, Zach Bryan starts to worry about his dog left in the car.
Stay in there, buddy. Stay in there, buddy.
Here, let me roll up your window.
Please. My fucking dog got shot.
Hi, buddy.
Hey, stay, buddy. Stay in there. Please.
Then, the cop throws a curveball, mentioning he's been to one of Brian's concerts. He tries to connect over support for law enforcement, but Brian's not having any of it.
Sir, you support law enforcement, right?
Of course I do. I don't support this shit, though. This is crazy.
He's clearly frustrated and thinks the whole situation is over the top. As the officer chats with another cop,
stopped him for speed, and then he didn't want to give me any of his information for his address or anything. So I had him step out, and I was going to detain him.
He fills him in on why Brian's outside the car in the first place.
A little bit, tried to press record on his phone. Just so happens to be Zach Bryan. So, anyways, I'm going to... Do what?
Brian catches wind of the conversation and can't resist butting in, eager to share his side of the story and set the record straight.
What did I say?
I didn't try to buck up to you. He asked where I lived. I said I didn't feel comfortable
please
sharing
don't
that
step
with
in the road. Please don't step
He
in
asked
the road.
why. I said
you
I'm
want
a
to talk,
famous
we'll go
musician.
over here and talk.
And he said he's going to bring me to
listen,
jail.
man.
I can't
Brian's frustration is boiling over at this point.
wait. Let's do this. Come on.
Listen, dude, here's the deal.
No, I can't wait. I just need my phone.
Listen, just because you're a famous musician doesn't mean you can deny it.
He's fed up with the constant back and forth and decides to lay down the law with an ultimatum.
Give me a ticket or take me to jail, please.
All right.
He's standing firm, adamant that the cops got the whole story twisted.
Bucked up to you.
When I have my hand on your back.
Put your hands on me and arrested me.
No, you're being detained right now.
Okay.
Despite the cops' attempts to defuse the situation, Brian's not budging an inch.
You're not cool with me. I've been trying to be cool.
You're not cool with me.
I've been trying to act cool with you. I told you I'd stop you
for
first.
You're not that cool with me.
Okay.
I gave you a valid reason why I didn't give you my address. This is what I did.
Let me do this.
In a surprising turn, the cops suggest they could reset the whole situation, even offering to take off Brian's handcuffs.
I got my partner here. Let me take you out of handcuffs. You want to try to start over?
You don't have to. I will go to jail in these handcuffs, I promise.
Really don't want to take you to jail. Let loose of your hands.
The officer, trying to dial down the tension, tells Brian he's going to let him go. No jail time for what was essentially a minor traffic issue.
Right now, I'm going to go finish my paperwork. I'm going to cut you loose, okay? It's a simple traffic violation. I'm not trying to take you to jail for a simple traffic violation.
When the cop tries to share his side of the story, Brian's defenses go up.
Real with you? Listen, man.
That would be
I'm one
silly.
guy. I'm one guy on the side of the road. Okay. I have no idea who you are. You're in a hat. I don't readily recognize.
I wasn't assuming you.
Brian reiterates his stance, emphasizing his discomfort with sharing personal information.
You recognized who I was.
Okay.
You stopped me. You said, "Where do I live?" I said, "I don't know." Or I didn't say I don't know. I said, "I don't feel comfortable sharing that with you."
I got you.
Because of who I am.
He goes on to outline his version of events, insisting he's been wronged in the whole ordeal.
Then you bucked up. You said, you can either take me to jail or I can tell you where I live."
It's called obstruction.
Sounds good. I got my coffee out of the truck, and then you...
Brian's convinced he's the one who's been treated unfairly, and he's not shy about saying it.
I got out of the truck, and I said, "What's going on?"
Until I figure out
you
what
turned
the
me
whole...
around and you put
Right.
handcuffs on me.
So until I
Which
figure
I
out...
understand, man. I know cops. I get it. I understand.
Despite the officer's attempts to explain, Brian's not in the mood to listen. He's wrapped up in his feelings of injustice, replaying the situation from his perspective.
Okay, well,
What you
until
did was
until I figured out
Sounds
your
good.
identity and everything else, man, just being detained.
I understand.
Okay, that's it.
Cool. I
All
can't
right.
wait.
The cop wraps up the whole ordeal by simply handing Brian a ticket, making it crystal clear that he's not about to slap the cuffs on him for something as minor as a traffic violation.
I'll give you a warning, okay?
Sounds good.
So here's the deal, man. I don't make a habit out of slamming people against cars. Like I said, I'm by myself. He just happened to be close. Ain't no...
Then, taking a beat to clear the air, the cop takes a moment to break down why he reacted the way he did earlier on.
I got you speeding. It was just going to be a normal speeding ticket. Normally, people don't refuse their information to me. When they start refusing information to me, I don't recognize you.
And just like that, the encounter comes to a close with a sense of mutual understanding between the two parties.
You're on a dark roadway, okay?
I understand.
So I ain't trying to treat you like a okay? So, sorry we got off on the wrong foot, man.
It's all good,
But
brother.
What's your 2 cents on Brian's behavior? Do you think he was being reasonable? Or did he let his fame get to his head? Share your thoughts down below. And that's a wrap for today's video. Who do you think wins the prize for the most entitled? While the famous singer was clearly banking on some VIP treatment, I gotta say that the lovin' hip-hop actress really outdid herself with the whole jail stint. Can't say I saw that one coming. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, check out our other stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.